actually. I think they're Dutch. So I do apologise for the mispronouncing of the name. But this is one that I definitely would not have known about, but I went to Waterstones, walked around. This was all over like the laid out tables, kind of the recommended books. So I wrote it down because I liked the cover, to be honest with you, and I thought it'd be cool to read. So I found it on World Books and I ordered it. I will read you the blurb of this one. It says, I asked God if he please couldn't take my brother Matthias instead of my rabbit. Amen. 10-year-old Jazz has a unique way of experiencing her universe. The feeling of udder ointment on her skin as protection against harsh farmyard winters. The texture of green warts like capers on migrating toads. The sound of plush words that aren't in the Bible. But when a tragic accident ruptures her family, her curiosity warps into a wild vortex of disturbing fantasies, unlocking a darkness that threatens to derail them all. Apparently they were the winner of the International Booker Prize 2021. And yeah, I think that sounds really cool. I have absolutely no idea what it's about, but I'm excited to give this a read. It seemed very intriguing. The next one that I have is this one. This was another one that was laid out as a recommended book in Waterstones. All of these are like very unoriginal picks. I'm just kind of going for what I think I'll enjoy. So, American Marriage. And this one, apparently the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2019. So, newlyweds Celestial and Roy are the embodiment of the American dream. Here's a young executive and she is plunged on the brink of an exciting career. Until